Windbreaker, Season 2, Episode 5, A Place Where I Belong. And boy, oh boy, is Sakura finding a place where he can finally belong. Let's talk about it. Alright, guys, we're back with variants cover all things Marvel, DC, Lord of the Rings, anime, gaming, Star Wars, and more. This time, Windbreaker Season 2, Episode 5, or Episode 18, if you're just keeping up with the Crunchyroll system of things. But this episode honestly was a breath of fresh air. We have spent a lot of time dealing with Sakura, 2 seasons to be specific, of him being someone who is stubborn, foolish, and just someone who doesn't recognize that other people are more perceptive than what they are. Sakura has been emotionally stunted for good reason, I may add, for a long, long time now. And it's taken, the better half of 2 seasons thus far for him to finally get that kick in the teeth, to finally realize, hey, I can be open with these people. I can be vulnerable with them. I can be who I want to be around these people. They won't judge me. They'll accept me. They'll take care of me. And for him, that is the most healing thing that's probably ever happened in his entire existence. Sakura has been out on his own for who knows how long. We all saw the status of his apartment, and now we see the status of him now. He went from, walking this tightrope of trying to be, this strong, independent, fiercely alone individual. He's like, yeah, I'm a leader of a wolf pack. I'm an alpha male out here. Kind of a big deal. No one's really worried about my feelings. I'm super tough. Never been sad a day in my life. Meanwhile, behind all that fluff and crap, he's definitely someone who's just looking for someone to like, hold his hand once in a while, give him a reassuring pat, tell him things are going to be okay, and just let him be him, not having to always fight his way through every single situation possible. And at Beaufort, he's finally able to get off that tightrope and hang out in this relaxing meadow with all of his classmates who accept him for who he is, even Sugashita, as emotionally dense as Sugashita is, because he did not read the room, so to speak, when he walked in. He literally kicked Sakura in the moment that Sakura was finally about to have this huge devolving moment that could have gotten even deeper. We could have gotten more of those layers of his character finally delved into, because he's someone who has been so stunted for so long. He's just trying to catch up to the rest of the class in terms of emotional involvement. In terms of fighting, he's at the top. Emotional capacity, we're now just out of the negatives. We're getting there. We're catching up. It's a good job for Sakura. We're really happy for him. We're really proud of him. We see that the class responded exceptionally well to him coming out about his feelings, and they genuinely care about what he has to say. And they're like, look, you're an idiot. We knew this all along. We understood this. We knew you were awkward. We knew you had issues. We know you don't know how to express yourself. We did not care. We understood that you were willing to jump headfirst into situations to help your friends and to stick up for those around you. That's literally all we were looking for. You hit both boxes. The fact that you're awkward just kind of makes you more likable, to be honest. And it's nice that his classmates were able to lead the charge, albeit I don't think I really want to get kicked and punched when I'm having this emotional moment. I don't think I'm going to react positively to that. But by the same token, I get where everyone's coming from, so it checks a lot of the boxes that make sense as far as teenagers trying to work through their angst. Because let's be honest, teenage years be rough sometimes, and well, sometimes you just got to get all those feelings out there and just kind of keep pushing forward. And as he's, delving out his feelings, they decide, let's go out to lunch. Let's go somewhere after school or on our lunch break, and we'll go out and get a bite to eat. And they have a huge argument about where to eat, because where to eat is a divisive subject. I don't care who you are. If you're inviting me to go out and hang out, and it's somewhere where I don't want to eat, even if I want to hang out with you, odds of me not going are high. If it's somewhere where I want to eat and I like your company, you're going. Sometimes I'll just go somewhere I like to eat, even if I don't necessarily like the company that's involved. But pay your own way, because I'm not that kind of individual. But at the same time, the class is completely divided up till Sakura says, "I want to go get some egg rice," and all of a sudden, everyone decides, "Let's go to Pathos," and the whole class marches in. And absolutely stunning the owner, who has been taking care of Sakura yesterday and giving him a pot, giving him some food, giving him some good stuff to make sure that he is able to get back on the right track. And we have a huge sentimental moment with Sakura where everyone's just kind of laying out things that bother him, whether it be bugs or ghosts. Which, hey, I get it. You can't punch a ghost. There's no physical self defense. It just checks the box for me. Okay, it makes sense. Snakes are my thing. Don't like them. But as everything goes on, find out that Suo it basically pretends he doesn't have any problems whatsoever, which means he's actually behind Sakura in terms of emotional development in some aspect. Because whatever Suo is dealing with, boy, does it have to be dark with everything that he went through involving the fight previously in a couple episodes ago. And now there is a monster inside of Suo that I'm curious to see what that's all about. As they're having this huge emotional unwrapping, and Sakura actually laughs audibly out loud for the first time in the entire anime, making the entire room burst out laughing and embarrass at him. Someone walks by with Umamiya and gives him a friendly wave. Sakura thinks, wow, that girl just waved at me. Curious. Anyway, goes right back to business. Then they get summoned up to the rooftop for a big gathering. He sees this individual again, and he's like, huh, why is she walking up to me? What's happening? Okay, holy cow, she's tall. That is a big woman. And then, holy cow, that's a deep voice, which just come to find out, Subakino, or as they prefer to be called, Subaki, is definitely someone who is of a variety of dressing and expressing themselves how they feel is absolutely best for them. And a little old adage here from Bruce Lee on top of that, you can dress however you want when you can kick whoever you want's butt. If they can't beat you, you can do whatever. For reference, go look up Bruce Lee's outfits and then go ahead and circle back. Man dressed a certain way, man also whooped a lot of butt. Tsubaki, same category. We're all going to come and find out that Tsubaki is about that action because Tsubaki, one of the four kings, probably should be just a little bit on the safer side with that. And Tsubaki is someone who's had apparently feelings for Umamiya and is just kind of very, very openly expressing how they feel with others, but also blushes easily, just like Sakura. So they find common ground there, albeit the fact that Sakura is so shy and so dense that he just couldn't really figure out a lot what was going on. We were also introduced to, Subaki's older and younger brothers who are vice captains along with Subaki. And they were able to kind of go ahead and figure out what's going on with Sakura because they like his look. They think the whole hair half and half, the eye half and half thing was a really unique look. They thought it was context, like the way he's dressed, so on and so forth. They really seem to be a fashionable class for all intents and purposes, at least from what I've gathered from those three individuals overall. And ultimately, they're having a moment where Tsubaki's going to go off and go do something, which Umi is like, oh, you're still doing that thing? I didn't know you're still doing that. And Tsubaki's like, yep, still about that. And as Tsubaki's leaving, Tsubaki decided to ask Sakura on a date, and it looked like he was about to die. Like, genuinely, it looked like he was about to keel over. He has never been involved in any situation ever involving dates or romantic feelings. So the fact it's coming from Tsubaki, no less, he's probably keeling over dead internally and externally at this moment in time. Where that'll pick up next week and where this all leads to, I'm very curious to see because it looks like we're going to see a lot more fighting this season. And it's about time we kind of put Sakura's emotional feelings on the back burner for the meantime. Let's get back to kicking some butt, and let's have you kick some butt by hitting the lovely subscribe button. If you're unsubscribed, it's free and greatly helps us out and lets us know what kind of content you enjoy as the viewer, as well as hitting the like button, as that will recommend us for further videos down the line with us. I'm Brent for Geek Variants. I'll see you next time for more Last of Us Season 2.